So, you are a Symfony developer, you just stumbled upon Sylius in internet or somewhere. Maybe you just browse YouTube or Google at 2 a.m. Maybe you are just procrastinating from the things that you actually have to do. And you are wondering, what the hell is this Sylius? How to start with that? You maybe saw some videos from this guy. We will link Tim here. I will try to express in this video that actually this is a great tool, and actually it is really simple to start with it and to deal with it and to do something really magical on the first try. Okay, so first let's start with installing Sylius, because to use it you actually need to install it. So I will start with running the git clone from the Sylius standard repository and running the Docker to make the Sylius install. So I will do it with Sylius 101 maybe and enter. So right now cloning the repository for my local machine. I'm using Mac. You don't have to use Mac. You can use Linux, you can use Windows, you can use whatever you want. Even some clay tablets, if you would like to code on clay tablets, don't worry about it. Like, it's your life and it's your goal to do everything as you would like to do. In the meantime, I clone the repository, so let's go to Sylius 101. And right now I will run make init. So this one obviously will start the Docker, run the all containers, pull them, install the dependencies from Composer, do all the crazy stuff that you should probably know about it, but you don't have to know about it at the very beginning of your adventure with Sylius. Because the magic of Sylius is, if you would like to start with it without any knowledge, you can do that, but it's obviously highly recommended to have at least some background with Symfony and PHP. I personally have not had any background about PHP or Symfony before I started to work with Sylius, and somehow I managed to make it the way of my life and the way of my work. So it is possible. So in the meantime, the Sylius is installing the dependencies, installing the front-end dependencies as well, creating some database, all of this crazy stuff. Don't worry about it. Probably we will dive deeper into it in the next videos if we ever release it. Hopefully, yes. But at the very beginning, don't worry about it. Everything that you see right now on the screen is purely optional to know about. What is it? We will start with something really simple, just to give you a glimpse what you can do pretty fast with Sylius. Okay, so right now Sylius is installed with the really beautiful installation process like from the 1990, but it's still quite adorable. It's creating the database, then it will run fixtures. Fixtures are like the test data, so you know actually buy something on the e-commerce store. Buying something in e-commerce is pretty important business process, so let's start with that. Okay, so Sylius is installed, and what I will right now do, I will go to the browser and refresh the localhost, and I should be able to see some Sylius. Just for the record, I will be using 3 applications in this tutorial. It will be the browser, obviously, because we need to browse Sylius, and it will be PHP Storm to code a little bit, and it will be Terminal to do some fancy stuff that programmers usually do. Okay, so we see perfectly a Sylius application. This is the front-end application already with some random products, and we can also see the admin panel. The username is Sylius and the password is also Sylius, so the security is very high. We will be doing some quick modifications of the products. Maybe products is the best idea for the beginning. So let's imagine this situation, that the first task that you stumbled upon in the backlog of Jira, in your Jira, is add the new manufacturer SKU for the product. Because actually, if you go to the products and you try to edit some of the existing ones, you see that there is something like code, which is like the internal code in the Sylius application, but there is nothing that can identify this product outside of the application. So we would like a new field, manufacturer SKU. Okay, so let's start with doing some actually code modifications. Let's go to the Sylius 101 application. We know that we need to modify the product entity. Again, I will not go really deep. I will just do everything as fast as possible to let you feel the benefit of using Sylius and to modify Sylius. If you're already relatively familiar with Symfony structure, you know that you can expect something like SRC entity, and we have some billions of entities already in Sylius standard. Don't bother about it. It is as it is, and it should be this way. We know that we will be modifying the product entity, so let's jump into it and think about what we'll be doing. We know that we need some new field, manufacturer SKU. So I created a new entity property, and I will right now generate the getters and setters for that, because this is the usual thing that we do with Symfony. And if you are not familiar with what I actually did right now, so I generated some getters and setters, don't worry about it as well. Just find some information about generating code in PHP Storm or in any other IDE that you're using. Just don't waste our time to stupid things. Let's waste the time for important things. Okay, so we have the new property, and we need to add some mapping. We are using ORM with Doctrine, and I will name the new field manufacturer SKU with type string, and maybe make it nullable. Okay, so this is like something that will let know our database that we have some new field for the product. We have already some mapping created before to let know the ORM that we are using the Sylius product table and that this is an entity, so that's perfect. Okay, so right now we are moving to a terminal, and let's dive into one of the containers that we have, and we see that there is a container Sylius 101 PHP, so I can jump into it. Yeah, so I'm inside the Sylius application, and I can run the bin console doctrine migrations diff and wait. Okay, so I create the new migration in Doctrine migrations namespace. We have the information that the migration is created. We can check it out in the migrations version. Okay, so obviously, let's take a look at it, but this is nothing special, nothing you should worry about. This is just adding new field on the Sylius product database. It should be okay. So I right now run it, and this is a handy thing. If you use the -n flag, then you don't have to answer the stupid questions about are you certainly sure that you need to do something like this. Okay, so we have the new field in the database and in the entity, but obviously it's not yet reflected in the UI. So we will have to do it. Probably we would like to have this field in the near the code, so we have the code, and here we would like to have the manufacturer SKU, and probably we would also like to have it displayed somewhere in the shop. Let's select one of the products with totally real person, totally not generated with any artificial intelligence stuff. And here we have the code, so probably again below we would like to have the manufacturer SKU. How do we do that? First of all, we need to have some kind of possibility to specify it in the form type. So let's create the form type extension. So as you can expect, we can right now extend the form type from Sylius admin bundle. This is really important. We will probably have two form types, product type from product bundle and from admin bundle. Let's extend this from admin bundle and create an extension to it and add a new field, manufacturer SKU. Right now, when I refresh the page, nothing happens. And this is exactly what we should expect, because we have not made any changes inside the UI of the admin panel, obviously, and inside the UI of shop panel as well. So how do we do that? We can do it. I will share the story. A potem ją wytniesz pewnie, prawdopodobnie.
Możliwe.
In my high school, I have a mathematician that always told that there are two ways how to solve some mathematical problem, the tank way or the sophisticated way. The tank way was like if you jump into the tank and just go forward. So this is brutal, this is harsh and sometimes efficient, but definitely not something that we would like to do all the time. So the tank way would be just to get the template that we have and override everything And this is totally possible. And it was a default way in Sylius for a long, long time. But what we'll do right now, we'll use the pretty new features of Sylius, which is Sylius Twig Hooks, which is like the set of templates, really simple templates that you can inject in your application between other templates or after some templates. So you are able to quite easily modify the UI of both admin panel and shop panel. To know which template we should actually extend, we can take a look at the debug bar, and here we can see something that you not usually have in Symfony debug bar. And this is like the Twig Hooks, the feature that I have just told you about it, and all the templates that are injected or created there that we can customize or inject something in between. We can expect, maybe I will open it in a new tab. We can expect that if there is some code, probably there will be some template that will be named code, and that's correct. So we have some hook that is named Sylius admin product update content, all of this stuff, and the code template. So we will probably need to inject something that will be with a little bit lower priority, but higher than 500, so maybe 550, why not? Let's then create a new template and configure it properly to inject them in the place when we want them to be injected. Perfect. So we create a new template and added it in the configuration. Bang, it's already there. So let's do something like specify the manufacturer SKU of this cup, Adventurous Aurora cup, and click update. And right now do the same thing for the shop panel. So that's it. What we did was actually the same thing that we did for the admin panel. So we created new template and configured it properly with Twig Hooks. It is a very simple customization, as we can expect. Maybe you even saw that on the coding part I did some mistakes with defining the path, but that's perfectly fine. No, don't worry about it. And if you are not 100% sure about what happened, just watch it one more time. And if you have any questions, obviously you can leave a comment or ask directly us. I hope it will be something like max 15 minutes. Right now I have a little bit longer time, but Maciej, who is doing the video editing, will do some miracles about that, and probably I will ask him very nice to make it at maximum 15 minutes, because I would like you to see and feel that you can achieve something with Sylius pretty fast from the very beginning to the end of your first customization. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you will have some ideas about what to do some other this type of customization in your Sylius application. If you need any help, contact us, leave the comment, subscribe, like, do all the things that on YouTube you need to do. And if you need some broader experience with Sylius or some help in your projects, generally with Symfony e-commerce, just contact us, and all the links are below in the description. Thank you.